Welcome back, you guys. Today we're going to get into some more layoffs. Right now, GM has said they're going to lay off some more employees also. Now, in November, I'm about to play this video. In November, they just laid off 1,000 workers in Michigan. And now we got some new ones. Let's talk about it.
Wow. 1,000 workers were laid off at the General Motors plant in Warren, Michigan on Friday, November the 15th. These are white collar workers, and y'all, it is real out here. As a Gen X, I'm going to tell you this. Never leave a job without having another one is what we used to always say. I need y'all to really practice that at this time. This is a statement that General Motors gave, blah, 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 right team structure and focusing on our top priorities. Yeah, okay. This is not the first round of layoffs this year. In August, General Motors laid off 1,000 workers. 600 of those were also in Warren, Michigan. They laid off 1,700 in Kansas back in September. They doing a lot. I do not know what the restructure.
Okay, so in 2024, it was 2,700. Did I just see what you just said? Damn, my damn brain.
100 those were also.
Yes, it was 2,700 people lost their job. Okay, now we go get back into 2025.
Lately, business had been heating up. Here at this Italian restaurant in Ingersoll, Ontario.
Margarita.
Until yesterday, when all business plans were doused in cold water.
Local layoff is definitely going to affect the community.
Layoffs at the biggest employer in town means the entire community will be hit, including Mike Gibson's restaurant.
It's just going to trickle down. Less hours, less people spending money.
The General Motors Cami assembly plant will temporarily shut down next week. It'll then reopen in May for limited production, then shutter again until the fall, reopening in October at reduced capacity, not because of U.S. tariffs, but because of slowing demand for the BrightDrop electric vehicles. And that means nearly 500 workers will be off the job indefinitely. Everyone here knows someone who was impacted.
There's a few people in our building that are affected by it.
In a town of 13,000 people, losing that many jobs is expected to have a ripple effect that would cause waves in almost every industry in Ingersoll.
Everything that we have here, from the coffee shops to a grocery store, we have a new one under construction. These things are all planned with those jobs in mind.
And that could even mean the population may dwindle.
There will be some people that will leave the facility.
On top of that, as the threat of U.S. tariffs on Canadian sectors continues, other cities like Windsor fear a similar fate.
With an election on the horizon right now, too, it makes it even more uncertain what's going to happen with our jobs.
Here at Miss Ingersoll restaurant, owner Joe Freitas is bracing for a loss in business, but is trying to remain optimistic.
We're kind of lucky that we have the same repeat customers.
In his community's ability to persevere,
Keep the quality up and the consistency, and we should be okay.
when it's needed the most.
Yep, that's what happens when it'll trickle down to the other businesses. Nobody want to eat out no more like that. You got to tighten up your belt. You got to tighten that money up so nothing don't happen to you. So a lot of folks start tightening up their expenses, and the regular people feel it now. The regular businesses, the mom and pop start feeling it. These layoffs are just crazy right now because Southwest finna do they 1,700. Now GM doing some more. They did 2,700 last year. Now they doing what, 500 now?
We'll begin with some difficult news out of Ingersoll, Ontario. Their GM plant is temporarily shutting down production as of today.
Everything that we have here, from the coffee shops to a grocery store, we have a new one under construction. These things are all planned with those jobs in mind.
The General Motors Cami assembly plant employs 1,200 people. Their mayor says the shutdown will send shockwaves through every industry in the town. Nearly 500 workers are now off the job indefinitely. Limited production at the plant will continue until May. There will then be a full shutdown until October, but it will reopen with reduced capacity. These layoffs are not because of U.S. tariffs, but rather because of slowing demand for their bright drop electric vehicles. Unifor Local 88 is calling the news devastating.
Y'all let me know down in the comments what you think about these massive layoffs. I did see that it was 2,700 that was let off in 2025 and now 500 now, on top of Southwest laying off 1,700 on Monday. This is getting worse by the second. It keeps piling up. Keep going bad. At the end of the day, I don't know what everybody's supposed to do, because this is just going to keep climbing. This is beginning of the year. We're in April. First quarter was crappy. At least we made it out of first quarter, y'all, because y'all know first quarter is slow. It's slow. Everybody just came out of Christmas and gifts, and they like, tighten up on that money. Christmas over with. And that's when jobs start to say who they keeping and who they go let go. At the end of the day, y'all just be holding on, because you got to trust in God during these times. That's the only person going to save you. That's the only being that's going to come down and give you some kind of relief. You got to trust in that and know. And we do these videos, be a watchman to see what's going on. You can't be blind to what's going on. Don't be scared when you see it. Get ready when you see it. So when you see all this stuff going on, don't stress yourself out. Don't do that. But be prepared. Make sure you got some other ways of money coming in, some gig work or something. Something that you can do to fill in that gap of when they just up and give you a call. So you got to find other ways to make money. But yeah, GM laying off 500 on top of the 27 they did. Let me know down in the comments. Type down in the comments what you think about the GM layoffs. Let me know down there. If you like this video and you would like more of these videos, hit the like button. Sub to the channel so you can see more of what we got going on. I appreciate everybody for coming and having this discussion with me. I'm out.